So we're calling order to the Board of Election meeting first, right? Okay. Fine, we're good. Okay, we're going to call together the Board of Election meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the Silence. Did it? And this is the election, okay.
Sorry, can I? Okay, at this point, we'll ask for public input on agenda items only. Okay, hearing none. A motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the August 2nd, 2022 Election Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed authorizing the Election Board to ratify the signing of the following reports on behalf of the Election Office. These include the ballot certification report for the general election held on November 8th, 2022, an order via Northumberland County Court of Common Pleas to open the ballot box in Rockefeller Township and conduct a recount of governor and lieutenant governor's race. This will take place Thursday, December 8th, 2022 at 9:15 a.m. by the Board of Elections. And the final is to announce that a special election to be held on January 31st, 2023 for the remaining term of Senator John Gordner.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion
Sam,
carried.
I just have a question on that. With this election, it's going to be obviously not only in our county, but other counties. How are we handling that with our election department? I mean, do we have to have polling places open in all our different, do we have to have the machines taken out and the whole
So it's going to be run the same way as a
regular election?
Yep.
So,
As soon as the state gives me guidance more, we're going to send letters to.
I was wondering about that. Okay, so it's going to be just like a regular election then? Yep, right. Just two people on the ballot. Right. There'll be
You have
two.
all your PRN people are available to you? I'm sorry. The normal people are, okay. Okay.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Okay, so that was voted on, the motion carried.
Okay, a motion is needed to increase the poll workers' pay to a base of $200 per judge of election and $140 for inspectors and clerks.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, I think, Lindsay, I don't know if you or Nathan, somebody want to state about the cost? I was told that the cost does not go back to the county, that it's also being taken care of by the state. Is that right, Nathan?
Oh, yeah, it's covered under the grant.
Right, it's a grant, so we're not doing this just because we want to give them a raise. It's a grant that's being given to us by the state to increase the salary of the poll workers, correct? Thank you. Okay, we had a first and second, and the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And a motion is needed to increase building rent for Election Day to $100.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And at this time, we'll entertain any old business. Okay, hearing none, we'll move to any new business.
Does Lindsay have anything, Nathan? Okay.
And at this time, we can ask for any public input.
Then we'll adjourn the prison board, I'm sorry. That's tomorrow. We'll adjourn the election board and go to the regular public meeting agenda, which we will call to order. Nathan, go ahead.
Okay, at this time, we would like to ask for citizens' input on agenda items only. Okay, seeing and hearing none, a motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting held on Tuesday, November 1st, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels payrolls as submitted by the Human Resource Office for payroll number 23 in the amount of $709,483.60. Payroll number 24 in the amount of $737,100.08.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $5,740,496.09 from 10/29/2022 to 12/2/2022.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Our announcements, the next regular public meeting will be held on Tuesday, December 27th, 2022, at 1 p.m. in the public meeting room at the Administration Center located at 399 Stadium Drive in Sunbury. A work session will be held on Tuesday, December 20th, 2022, beginning at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. The Northumberland County Courthouse, Administration Center, and related county facilities will be closed on Monday, December 26, 2022, in observance of the Christmas Day holiday, and Monday, January 2nd, 2023, in observance of the New Year's Day holiday. The Prison Board meeting will be held on Wednesday, December 7th, 2022, at 11 a.m. at the Administration Center located at 399 Stadium Drive in Sunbury. A motion is needed to approve the employee status sheets list of new hires, individuals no longer employed, promotions, demotions, and transfers as number 1 through 16.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed for the Commissioners to sign the state tax equalization voucher for transfers of real estate for the month of October 2022.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the following reports, which include the coal royalty report as submitted by the county engineer, the Tax Claims Bureau report, and the monthly fiscal status reports for October 2022 as submitted by the Weatherization Department.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve the 2023 proposed budget for Northumberland County, general fund and all funds, and advertise it according to law. This proposed budget will be advertised and made available for public inspection for 20 days in compliance with the county code, with the intent to adopt the final budget at a future public meeting of the Northumberland County Commissioners.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, at this time, Chris, do we take questions on the budget from anyone, or we can do that? Does anyone have any questions about the proposed budget? Corey, when would Corey get up if we need to explain anything? He could do that at any time of the meeting because Corey needs to go. He has another appointment. That's why I'm wondering. So no one here needs to talk to Corey, maybe the press does?
In short.
Oh, you didn't get a copy of the budget?
In short, we're up. They can't have it till we pass it.
Well, so the budget will be available at the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
So any questions, Corey, we'll just have to contact you if there's anything that I can't answer or Chris can't answer, or any of the commissioners. Okay? All right, guys?
In short, up $500,000, no new tax increases, balance the budget.
Okay? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to grant permission to advertise the following: a request for proposal for cleaning services for the Northumberland County Human Services Complex, Buildings A, B, and C. This is a ratification.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve Geisinger as the county health insurance provider effective January 1st, 2023.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, the Geisinger, and I don't have it, Joe Pick has it, but they were the smallest percentage increase, and so we are retaining the Geisinger as for our medical insurance, and that will be in the part of the budget. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to authorize the payment of approximately $439,862 to retirees for health and welfare benefits for the year 2022 as submitted by the Controller's Office.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify authorization for the chairperson to execute an engagement letter for Babs Callan, attorneys at law, State College, to represent the County of Northumberland in Bet Eakin et al. Versus Adams, County Board of Elections et al., Western District 122 CV-00340, SPB, and NAACP et al. Versus Lee Chapman et al., Western District 122 CV-00339, jointly, along with approximately 16 counties who are also named defendants.
Go ahead, Joe, you can make the
Yeah,
motion.
go ahead.
Go
So
ahead.
moved.
I'll second. On the question? Yes. Frank?
It was a lawsuit that was brought against all of the counties by I believe, the Republican National Committee or one of those entities, and they sued every county's Board of Elections. So this is one firm that is representing 16 different counties in the suit.
What are they suing for?
I'm sorry, what?
What are they suing for?
It was related to, there's been a lot of these, so you'll have to forgive me. But
This
this
is
one,
not the one.
I believe, is related to I think it was the curing of ballots. Yes. So it was whether or not, after you submitted the Republican Party was opposed to the proposition of once mail-in ballots were submitted, and i.e. either dropped off at the elections office or placed in the mail, that you then had an opportunity to cure in the event that there was a mistake on your ballot. Our response, which I believe was the same as most of the other counties involved, was that we do not permit curing. Ergo, we don't, this matter is moot as to us. And I believe I said that our position is that when you submit it, either by handing the ballot over at the election office or you put it in the mailbox, that is in effect the same as when you hit enter on the computer screen at the election post, and therefore it's a done deal at that point. Because obviously, if you made a mistake at that point, you wouldn't be able to undo your vote that had already been cast. So that was our position, and so unfortunately, you can't just say easily, this is our position, so you have no beef with us, and therefore, please let us out of this case. You have to, we are not allowed out of the case, and we have to keep responding to these things. But I believe the last cost that we shared was in the low thousands, like $3,000 or something like that, that we had contributed to the other suits. So it's a relatively minor affair when it's split between the 16 counties.
Thanks for asking. I can vote on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. There's so many.
There are a lot.
Question? Anybody else on
one I
question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the authorization for the chairperson to execute an engagement letter for Babs Calland, Attorneys at Law, State College, to represent the County of Northumberland in David Ball et al. Versus Lee M. Chapman et al. King's Bench application, Supreme Court docket number 102MM 2022, jointly along with approximately 16 counties who are also named defendants.
Yes, this is the one, right?
I don't know. Because we had one last month.
What was your conflict, if I may?
It
you recall?
It was an entity, and that's why I'm reading through here. I don't think, and it's not this one. I think it was, Mary's telling me it was the last
I
month.
think it was a prior month.
Yes, okay.
And
So
just so
moved.
everybody's aware, a King Bench warrant means that, it just means that you are trying to immediately go to the Supreme Court due to the exigency of the case, rather than go up through the various lower courts to get there first.
It's not this one. So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to ratify the authorization for the Northumberland County Commissioners to approve the allocation of $1,000 of the American Rescue Plan Act funds to the Northumberland County Jail to purchase gloves.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the authorization of payment to Babs Calland, Attorneys at Law, State College, in the amount of $1,021.17, being Northumberland County's portion in the election litigation costs for 447 MD 2022, 100 MAP 2022, client number 81908.1000003.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to adopt the budget amendments as listed below in the public meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify a letter to the Treasurer and Controller dated December 1st, 2022, to transfer $150,000 from the general fund to Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging to cover accounts payable until funds are then reimbursed from the state.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, just so everybody understands, this is money we're putting out so that the employees will get paid, and as soon as the state reimburses us, that money will go back to the account. Right, Karen? All right, thank you. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve change order G-15, credit due to reduced scope of basement structural reinforcement and for unused exterior wood, Dutchman repairs on windows and window trim for a total credit of $6,170 for the Northumberland County Courthouse exterior rehabilitation and HVAC electrical project.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve change order G-14, provide additional brownstone surface repairs, brownstone Dutchman repairs, masonry repointing, and helical reinforcing bars in the amount of $16,455.98 for the Northumberland County Courthouse exterior rehabilitation and HVAC electrical project.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, so if you see the previous motion was a credit, meaning we get the money back. But as they say, we giveth and then we taketh back. So the change order is for 16,000, and that's because they found other things that weren't in the bidding. So anybody else on the question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve change order M-02, reassign unused unit price quantities for the provision of a new outdoor domestic water hydrant and for extended HVAC system maintenance services. The work is valued at $3,304.66 to allow full billing of the remaining unused unit price quantities within the currently approved contract amount, resulting in a difference of $0.00 for the Northumberland County Courthouse exterior rehabilitation and HVAC electrical project.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to revise the Northumberland County FFY 2020 CV Community Development Block Grant budget by taking $27,759.68 from Delaware Township CSO Cares for COVID project into the Delaware Township Decontamination System project.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, I'm just checking, Nathan, how are you doing? Because this is pretty long. We might need a recess before we,
I hope everybody enjoys hearing me talk.
okay. All in favor, state aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the Northumberland County Language Access Plan.
I don't know what that is. So moved.
Joe Pick is appointed under the plan, and it's to provide language services for the courts and other things.
Second that.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to adopt the lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Dave Burgess for leasing storage space at 326 North 2nd Street, Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
So moved.
On
Second.
the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to adopt the lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Nora Feast for leasing of a rental property located at 336B North 2nd Street, Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to award the bid for supply and delivery of home heating oil for various county buildings to Miller Gas and Oil located in Shamokin, Pennsylvania at a cost of .329 per gallon handling charge as recommended by the county engineer.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to execute an agreement with Clinton County Prison for inmate housing of Northumberland County prisoners at a daily rate of $70 per inmate.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the execution of an agreement with Snyder County Prison for inmate housing of Northumberland County prisoners at a daily rate of $72 per inmate with additional daily rate of $5 per inmate that is disciplinary segregation status.
Second.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the execution of the contract with Kevin E. Raker Construction LLC, Sunbury, for the repair of damage at the Himmels Church Covered Bridge in Washington Township, Northumberland County, Bridge number 58, as per the county engineer Charles Hopta Jr.
So moved.
Second.
Question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Yes. Yep. He's not voting.
Read it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay.
Well, I don't know. Can you read it?
Sorry about that. So, a motion is needed to ratify the authorization for the chief clerk to execute an engagement letter with Clasic and Associates to perform an audit of the DCED initiative program.
So moved.
Sorry.
Oh,
Contract
More.
number C 000070764 through December 31st, 2021, with an estimated cost of $3,500 to $4,000.
so moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the execution of FY 2022 State Homeland Security Grant Program Grant Agreement in the amount of $512,289 for the period of 9/1/2022 to 8/31/2025 for the following counties: Bradford, Clinton, Columbia, Lycoming, Northumberland, Potter, Sullivan, Tioga, and Union.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the execution of a landlord estoppel certificate and agreement between County of Northumberland and Blashak Anthracite Great Rock Capital Partners Management LLC pertaining to lease of strip mine operation C-798-A.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the following certificates of appreciation included for the Family Engagement Center recognizing Melissa Eisenhower, the Family Engagement Supervisor, and Katrina Gownley, the Children and Youth Administrator. And I have both of those. I'll pass.
Yeah, you want to? Let's vote on it first. So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So this is Katrina and
Melissa.
Melissa. Want to come up?
This is in recognition for all the work, specifically, you all do good work, but specifically for the two of you, for all the work that you've done for the new center, working through COVID, taking a caseload, even if you're management, and just being all around great employees. And we just really, really do appreciate you and the work that you do.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Much appreciated. A picture.
Hold the certificates up for me.
If anybody was at the event, Katrina did all the cooking and. Okay.
That was, yeah, did Father Chicatano say grace before that? Because, you know, he's coming off with these religious things today, so I'm going to call him Father Chicatano today.
Okay, Nathan, go ahead.
A motion is needed authorizing travel requests and attendance at the following workshop seminars as in accordance with the county's personnel manual, travel reimbursement policy, as listed A and B in the public meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Richard Daniels to the Agricultural Land Preservation Board for 3 years, beginning January 1st, 2023, and continuing through December 31st, 2025, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Lance Gresh to the Agricultural Land Preservation Board for 2 years, beginning January 1st, 2023, and continuing through December 31st, 2024, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Tim Ross to the Airport Authority for 7 years, beginning January 1st, 2023, and continuing through through December 31st, 2029, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Harry Reid to the authority for 5 years, beginning January 1st, 2023, and continuing through December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question,
That should be Northumberland County Authority, comma, Pennsylvania, just that.
what do we have there?
It just
The
says.
Just the
authority.
authority?
Yeah.
You got that? So do we need this?
No, just so
Okay.
it's reflected in the record.
Okay. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Melissa Farrow to the Behavioral Health and Intellectual Developmental Services Drug and Alcohol Advisory Board for 3 years, beginning January 1st, 2023, and continuing through December 31st, 2025, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to ratify the reappointment of Brian Habermel to the Behavioral Health and Intellectual Development Services Drug and Alcohol Advisory Board for 6 months, beginning July 1st, 2022, and continuing through December 31st, 2022, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Brian Habermel to the Behavioral Health and Intellectual Development Services Drug and Alcohol Advisory Board for 3 years, beginning January 1st, 2023, and continuing through December 31st, 2025, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Joseph Klebon to the Central Susquehanna Cooperative Extension Association for a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to accept the resignation of the following individuals from the Children and Youth Advisory Board Family Group Steering Committee effective 12/31/2022, including Margaret Demko, Deb Fallett, Kate Corbich, Mary Rose McCarthy, Diane Wortmiller, and Samantha Yike.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint the following individuals to the Children and Youth Advisory Board Family Group Steering Committee for a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. These include Angela Bastion-Witter, Carla Clark, Lisa Donlin, Ann Eister, Anthony Fetter, Mark Gittens, Katrina Gownley, Kim Heitzman, Denise Hoffman, Kate Lincoln, Jean McGinn, Carmine Picarelli, Stephanie Reitmeyer, Leslie Ward, Megan Weaver, Rose Weir, and Jen Willard.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion is needed to appoint Chief Clerk Nathan Savage to the Children and Youth Advisory Board Family Group Steering Committee for a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Richard Daniels to the Conservation District Board with a 4-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Joseph Klebon to the Conservation District Board with a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Samuel Chickatano to the Economic Development with a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question,
I think it should say Economic Development Authority.
authority. Okay. Nathan, you got that? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
And I guess I abstain.
Oh, you
You can vote.
I can vote?
You just
Oh, wait,
can't
I'm sorry,
second.
then I vote.
Motion it, yeah.
I vote yes for myself, thank you.
A motion is needed to accept the resignation of Ned Sodrick from the Focus Central Pennsylvania effective 12/31/2023.
Second.
On the question,
Just a correction on Sodrick, it's, there's no E in there if we're looking at punctuation and grammar and spelling. It's Sodrick. Thank you.
all in favor state aye.
Aye.
A
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to appoint Derek Backer to the Focus Central Pennsylvania with a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Joseph Klebon to the Housing Authority with a five-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Janice Katwicka to the Industrial Development Authority with a two-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2024, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint the following individuals to the Local Emergency Planning Committee, LEPC, with a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. And they include the following. And as a caveat, I will say I did practice these names, but I apologize if I butcher any of them. David Begovich, Brad Hare, Dale Hendricks, Jeff Hirsch, Steve Jeffrey, Commissioner Joseph Klebon, Todd Mace, Corey Pizarz, Catherine Palachik, Stephen Puzio, Edna Reinard, Jared Scandal, and Lori Smoogen.
So moved.
Second, very good.
On the question,
That was good.
all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Patrick Mack to the Northumberland County Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area Authority with a five-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to accept the resignation of the following individuals from the Northumberland County Recreation Commission effective December 31st, 2022, Ron Marshall and Mike Rogers.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Pat Betts to the Northumberland County Recreation Committee with a five-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Joseph Klebon to the Northumberland County Recreation Committee with a four-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second. Sorry, I can't second. You second it, Sam?
Already did.
No, I can't. You have to second it. You know, I'm getting overworked with all this stuff.
I'll second it on the question.
Is anybody else doing anything around here?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
carries.
Motion is needed to appoint Dan McGaw to the Northumberland County Recreation Commission with a five-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Michael Brinkesh to the Northumberland County Planning Commission with a three-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2025, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
Moved.
On
Second.
the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Pat Mack to the Planning Commission with a three-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2025, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to ratify the reappointment of Janice Katwicka to the CETA Foundation for a four-year term beginning April 27th, 2022, and ending April 23rd, 2025, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Kimberly Best to the CEDACOG Board of Directors with a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Tony Mazzatesta to the CEDACOG Board of Directors with a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Justin Scabry to the CEDACOG Metropolitan Planning Organization with a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Justin Scavey to the Cedarcog Natural Gas Cooperative Board with a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement's appointed, whichever shall come later.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Mr. Garrigan, Solicitor's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Motion to adopt Resolution R64-22, the following resolution with regard to compensation of court-appointed attorneys was adopted by the Northumberland County Commissioners.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R65-22, reappointing Charles Hopta Jr. to the Luzerne County Flood Mitigation Authority for a one-year term beginning January 1st, 2023, and continuing through December 31st, 2023, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Resolution R66-22, appointing the Human Resources Director, currently Joseph Piccarelli, as Northumberland County's Language Access Coordinator.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R67-22, Agreements, Amendments, Revisions, Grants, Leases, and Reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Human, Senior, and Social Services and the named service providers as listed. Numbers 1 through 7.
Moved.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The above agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports is not with their county employees nor is their organizational contract list county employees as their principals or on their board of directors, with the exception of contracts with CSO Controller Chris Grayson and District Attorney Matt Levitch. That's it.
Okay, then,
Okay, at this time, we will call for any old business. And hearing none, we can entertain new business.
yes, Katrina?
I'm sorry, but for once in my life, I would be sitting here.
Thank you, Katrina. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Nathan, go ahead.
And Commissioners and Katrina, the rest of the staff, I want to just congratulate you on your licensing last week. I realize I surprised you at your meeting, but I was able to go over, and there was members from the state that were there, and there were a few little things, but everything came back great. They gave us great kudos in improving over the last year, and I just want to reemphasize what I said to you and your staff last week. It's a testament to how much and how hard you're working, covering for one another, getting your supervisors to cover one another's caseloads, getting your caseworkers to make sure that they're following through. But just to expand that, thank you to all of our human services organization, because we realize how hard it is for all of you. And Katrina, thank you. We hope you do feel supported.
So the other thing before we depart here, I just want to talk, because we didn't in the beginning, about the budget. First, I want to thank all the commissioners, Commissioner Best, Commissioner Klebon. We worked very hard on this, all the department heads who came in and discussed and made cuts and did what they had to do. Mr. Grayson, who was a big part of that. Corey Johnson, who was the company, he had to leave, who was here, who basically presented it and will be here for the final budget at the end of the month. Lori Smoogen, who also worked on it. Am I missing anybody, Chris? Got everybody? I just want to let you know, again, there will be no tax increase in Northumberland County, both for the general fund or the debt fund. We work very hard to make that happen, because we know people are struggling, and we hope to ease that burden by not increasing taxes again. I don't think we increased taxes last year. I'm not sure the year before. But it's a testament of our people in the department heads who worked to keep their budget manageable for us. And again, Corey and his company and Chris and everybody else, the commissioners, I'm not sure how many places will not be able to raise taxes, but Northumberland County will not be. Okay? Anything?
Father?
But at this time, we'll entertain any public input for anything. Okay, hearing none, Mr. Chairman.
And we will have a meeting somewhere at the end of the month to approve the final budget. The budget will be on display for anyone to look at. Anyone that has any questions can direct them to, I was going to say Chris Grayson, but he'll be mad at that. So I guess direct them to the commissioners, and then we'll be back at the end of the month to approve the final budget. Okay? Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.